If you guys don't know who it is this insane orc man with the ability to fucking toss his own teammates, which I love. So anyway, a really big part of his gameplay is his trait, which, if you don't know what his trait does, is he gains 1 armor for every 2% of maximum health missing. So you can get up to 49 armor off this, not 50, or else he'll be dead. So he doesn't want to be dead. His Q is Groundbreaker. So it pulls people in an area, and on the outer edge, they're pulled towards him. Let me go show that in try mode, because that might not be easy to see, or not be easy to visualize. Since I've been playing it with quick cast, you can't really see the cursor. So his Q, the way it works is it's a cone, and if it's in the outer edge of the cone, so this outer edge right here, then they will be yanked back to you. So that is pretty good, because a lot of times is if someone's running away from me and I'm chasing them and I'm just like head to head, but my other cooldowns aren't up, like this one is not up to slow them, then you can just turn around for half a second, turn back around, and then you yank them, and then they come straight back to you, which is always fun. And then his W is Bloodthirst, so you deal damage to an enemy and you heal for 10% of your missing health, and the healing is increased by 100% against heroes. So that's also super strong. You get a lot of sustainability when you use this when you are at low health, which is also good with armor up, because you get more armor when you're lower health, so you can keep sustaining while dancing at the edge of death. His E is Wrecking Ball, so that means you can throw a nearby enemy hero, minion, or mercenary at a location. It deals damage to the impact and slows them. The problem with this one that makes it really difficult is that it auto-targets for you, and it's based on your location. It does not prioritize heroes. So the way to know what you're targeting is by this horde icon. And it's based on your location relative to a target. It's auto-targeted. So once, see, it doesn't go on Arthas over the minion at all. So it does not prioritize heroes. But the way that it works is because it targets for you, you only choose the end location. So once it's targeted on someone, you can choose the end location and where you want to throw them. So with quick cast, it might feel a little bit trickier. It felt weird the first time I did it because I assumed that I had to pick what I wanted to throw, but that's not the case. So it's choosing this target and then I just throw it wherever I want it to go. And then it does a little slow near the impact. So those are his 3 skills. His ultimates are Warlord's Challenge. Let me set a level really quick.
Choose a talent.
So Warlord's Challenge is an AoE taunt around him. So I'm sure you guys know taunt because no one likes variant, right?
Choose a talent.
Let's go take this one really quick. So the range of it is just about melee range. It's not bad. It's AoE, so you can use it on everything. It'll taunt everything to hit you. So it would have taunted all those if they were enemies. His other one is Decimate, which is actually surprisingly good.
Choose a talent. Choose a talent.
So Decimate has a lot huger of a range. The key thing to know about Decimate is that it is on an 8-second cooldown, and you get 3 charges of it. And on top of that, each time you hit a hero, it reduces the cooldown of it by 1 second. So you can basically spam this. The only limiting factor is the mana, because once you take Decimate, you'll realize that you don't actually have that big of a mana pool. But this thing is amazing. Like it's only a 30% slow, but it's a 30% slow that you can keep with basically 100% uptime. It's really strong because maybe you're chasing down a hero, but you're out of reach for Wrecking Ball, and if you use Groundbreaker, because it has a slight delay, then it might not hit them. So you can decimate them, slow them enough that you can just keep chasing them and then throw them into your team and stuff like that. So that's another reason why Decimate is good. It's also constantly, well right now it's 110 damage at level 20, so it's 110 damage that you can do continuously in a fight. So even though it doesn't sound like a lot, it ends up being a lot of damage. So AoE taunt sounds good. Checks out. We all know how taunt is annoying. Decimate seems really good too. But let's look at the rest of his talents.
Choose a talent.
So his other talents. His level 1 talents. I think all of his level 1 talents are really good. So one of them is Warbreaker, which is his Q. It modifies his Q. So if you pull heroes with your Groundbreaker, which means you have to hit them with the ends, the tip, or it will yank someone to you. After you pull 5 of them, it'll deal additional damage over 3 seconds, and then after you pull 15 people, it'll reduce the cooldown by 3 seconds. So this will end up being on a 5-second cooldown, so that is also really, really strong. You can constantly keep pulling people with Warbreaker, so it's really good, in my opinion. Unrivaled Strength is, it increases Wrecking Ball's throwing range and its damage by 100%. So this current range is... So I just am at the tip of the totem, so if I take this, it just goes a little bit further, so it goes behind the minion. So this one I think is okay, but less strong. I feel like if you take this, it's mostly for the damage. Is 1 armor a 1% basic attack reduction? Each armor that you take is 1% less damage that you... Oh my god, how do I phrase it? For every 1 armor that you have, you take 1% less damage. And then, because it's just base armor, it's both spell and physical armor. So it is damage reduction. It does not work, as far as I understand, it does not work with percentage base, so percentage life base, so Malthael, Tychus, Leoric, that kind of stuff. They are not affected by his armor. So even if you have 40 armor and Leoric life drains you, I think you still take full damage. That's as far as I understand. So I feel like because of that, the percentage life damage is really good against him. Alright, so his third talent is Body Check, which gives you a 1 button. So once you have Body Check, you activate it to deal damage to your target. It's about melee range, and the damage of it is increased by 200% of Armor Up's current bonus, and the slow amount is increased by 30% if Armor Up's bonus is above 25. So that is actually really good, because this is another free slow that you can use. So like I said with Decimate, you can keep slowing someone until you can catch up with them. That's the same that you can do with Body Check as well. So Garrosh doesn't really have that much good peel potential unless you're able to hit Groundbreaker and throw, but then throw is on a 16-second cooldown, so his peeling is not the best in my opinion. I think I should have prefaced this by saying that I am not a main tank player, so bear with me. This is just my first impressions of the hero. Alright, so his level 4 talents is, he has In for the Kill, which it increases Bloodthirst's damage against non-heroes by 60%, and if you kill things with Bloodthirst, which is your W, then it resets his cooldown or refunds his mana cost. The only time that I have used this talent was on Infernal Shrines. And with Infernal Shrines, you can do it to clear the shrine. Like, think of it like a pseudo Kerrigan. I've done that, and it seems like it's okay. But that's the only time I've ever taken In for the Kill, and I liked it there. The other talent is Thirst for Battle. So basic attacks against heroes reduce the cooldown of Bloodthirst by 2 seconds. So again, it's your W talent. So I feel like this is also a decent talent to take if you're not on Infernal Shrines. And his third talent is Indomitable. Activates to become unstoppable for 1.5 seconds. So it is a self-cleanse. You can pre-cleanse stuff. I've been taking this a lot, especially because in the same patch that Garrosh is released, Butcher has gotten a big rework, so a lot of people are playing Butcher. So it is especially very good to use in this current time. But basically, I would say generally take Indomitable if there is CC on the enemy team, and if there's not, then generally Thirst for Battle versus In for the Kill. In for the Kill, I would say, is an Infernal Shrines thing. So at level 7 talent, oh, I forgot, Indomitable is also a number button, so you might feel like you're getting Piano Garrosh in here. Alright, so level 7 talents. He has Intimidation, so Groundbreaker reduces the attack speed of heroes hit by 40% for 4 seconds. This is actually really good because it affects all of Groundbreaker, so it's the entire cone, not just the tip, so I think that this could be decent. Brute Force is interesting. It is a talent that makes another talent better. So this works with only with body check. So if you don't take the level 1 talent of body check, you cannot take this. But it is a healing reduction. Sounds good. Right now is a double support meta. You could definitely use it. So it is good too. Oppressor is basic attacks against heroes reduce the target's spell power by 40% for 2.5 seconds. I've never personally used this, but it doesn't sound like it would be bad at all. I just have never used it. And then level 7, the one that everyone loves. Into the Fray. Activate to throw an ally. And when you throw them, they gain 25 armor for 3 seconds. Impact slows the enemies by 30%. So this is also a button that pops up here. As you can see, I'm a piano. So, the thing about Into the Fray is, it is hilariously good. However, you're probably going to get trolls with this talent. Because you can take your buddy... Oh, yeah, again, like Wreckingball, there's a symbol, there's a horde symbol again, but it is a blue horde symbol instead of the red horde symbol for Wreckingball. So these are separate, they have separate cooldowns, which is cool. But yeah, it can definitely be super troll. Like, I don't know if you want to deal with this in quick match, but you're gonna see people do crap like this. Come here, Malfurion. Oh, dang it! I was gonna throw Malfurion in. But anyway, you're gonna probably see people do that. I personally would probably take Into the Fray. I think it is a really, really good talent. Hopefully you don't get trolls, but I think it's really good if you're not a troll. Level 10, I went through these talents already, but I think Decimate is the better talent, especially once we get to level 20, so we'll get there when we get to 20. Decimate I think is really good. At level 13, he has 3 defensive talents, so he has defensive measures, which if you pull someone, it grants you a big shield for 6 seconds. The problem with this is you must pull someone. So again, you have to hit at the edge of the end of the cone. You can't hit in the regular, like the rest of the cone. It has to pull someone, so it must be at the edge. So if you hit it like this, it will not give you a shield. But if you toggle cooldowns, so hold on, no shields, yes, but yes, shield. So you must pull someone to get the shield. His other talent is Blood-Crazed, so Bloodthirst heals over time. So when you hit a hero, you heal for an additional 10% of his maximum health over 3 seconds on top of the 10% of missing health. Oh, sorry, 20% because it's increased against heroes. The only time I've taken Blood-Crazed was when I took In for the Kill. However, I think that the other level 13 talent, Double Up, is too good to not take. So while defensive measure sounds good and Blood-Crazed sounds good, I think Double Up is too strong. So it makes your trait activatable, and when you activate it, the armor bonus is increased by 100% for 3 seconds. So you can definitely hit the 75 armor cap when you use Double Up. So this is really, really good. I think Double Up is ridiculously strong. It makes you feel like a piano again. So let me reset talents so you can feel like a piano. Where's the piano buttons?
Choose a talent.
So you feel like a piano because now at this point you got 1, 2, 3 and a D button. It's pretty insane. But I think this talent is stupidly good. So Double Up, A+, A++. And not only is it really good, but it doesn't have any base requirement. Like, because defensive measures, it requires you to pull someone. So if you miss your Q, you're kind of out of luck. That means you don't have a 13 talent. So I think that Double Up is just really, really good. And then at 16, there is a couple of talents. So Rough Landing is if you pull someone with your Q, again, you must pull them. It will slow the hero that is pulled by 50% for 3 seconds. Sounds fine. I never used it though because it didn't sound super strong. There is Mortal Combo, so if Wrecking Ball is used on a hero within 2 seconds of pulling them with Groundbreaker, Wrecking Ball's cooldown is reduced by 10 seconds. So what this says is that you must land your combo. So if you Q, and then you E them within 2 seconds that you pulled them with your Q, then your E has 10 seconds cooldown reduced. So this will make this on a 6-second cooldown. So one good combo with Mortal Combo, haha, is at the level 1 talent if you finished Warbreaker. So you would reset talents. Warbreaker, Indomitable, Into the Fray, Decimate, Double Up, Mortal Combo, complete quest. So what happens when you have Warbreaker done and you pull off Mortal Combo? So if you have Warbreaker done, Groundbreaker is on a 5-second cooldown. If you combo it with Mortal Combo, Wrecking Ball is on a 6-second cooldown, which means you can potentially endlessly combo something. Oh, sorry, I should not toggle cooldown. So 4 seconds, 5 seconds, you'll have it back up. If this thing was running away, you could probably chase him again. So you can do that combo with Mortal Combo, haha. It even has combo in its name. So again, the way this works is if you yank somebody and then you toss them within 2 seconds of yanking them, then it puts your toss on a 6-second cooldown, which is pretty neato. Run, Tommy, run. I'm sorry, he's just he's doomed to die. Anyway, moving on. Mortal Combo is fun. But moving on, Earthshaker. Wrecking Ball stuns enemies near the impact area for 0.75 seconds. That is also a really good talent if you think about it. Let's reset talents again. Let's just press 1. Alright, double up, Earthshaker. So the way Earthshaker works is you throw a dude and other dudes get stunned. Wait, why is he shooting my poor guy? Stop shooting him. He didn't even hurt you yet. So all these dudes got stunned and the target that I threw also got stunned. So this is good in itself because even if you are doing the combo without Mortal Combo, so you hit someone and then you throw them into your team, they're still getting stunned for a short second. So if you imagine these ogres are my team and I pull this guy over and I throw him over, he's still getting stunned for 0.75 seconds regardless of if you are actually stunning the enemy. But it's really neat that you can stun the enemy too. So another thing you can do is, for example, you can throw minions at people and it will stun them. Right? So if I couldn't reach Arthas because he's all the way over here, but his minion is here, I can toss a minion at him and it will stun him. So that works as well. So again, like the reason why I choose double up over these two talent is that Earthshaker does not require you to do anything else for it, basically. Because Rough Landing makes it that you must pull someone. And Mortal Combo makes it that you must pull someone and then throw them as well. However, Earthshaker, you just have to toss them and they'll get stunned. So it's the easiest to use, and I think it will always have value. So again, like, these two don't have value if you don't yank someone with your Q. But this always has value. As long as you throw your E, it has value. So it is the easiest to use, and it will always have value. At level 20, oh boy, let me reset these talents again. Alright, I want to take that, and that, and this, and that, and this. At level 20, that we were talking about, Death Wish is the upgrade to Warlord's Challenge. So it is the Taunts upgrade. It will increase Warlord's Challenge by 0.5 seconds. So now Warlord's Challenge is a AoE taunt for 2 seconds. And on top of that, if you kill an enemy hero while they are taunted by Warlord's Challenge, its cooldown is reduced by 45 seconds. So if you taunt this dummy and you kill it within 2 seconds, the cooldown of it will now be 5 seconds on your taunt. So that's what it says. So you taunt Arthas, he's taunted for 2 seconds. If you kill Arthas within this 2 seconds, then Warlord's Challenge will be on a 5-second cooldown. And that's the upgrade for it. The level 20 upgrade for Decimate, which is why I think Decimate is really strong, is that it reduces the damage dealt by heroes by 20% for 3 seconds if you hit them. Again, you basically have 100% uptime on Decimate on heroes because it is on a 8-second cooldown with 3 charges, and every time you hit a hero, it reduces the cooldown of a charge by 1 second. So you can basically always decimate people, so you can perma 30% slow them, and you can perma 20% less damage them, all while tickling them too and looking like a ballerina. So I think Deadly Calm is busted. It's super strong. I think it's super good. And then the other talent is Titanic Might, so Wrecking Ball now throws the 2 closest enemies. So, oops, I shouldn't have clicked that, but For example, if I used my throw now, it'd chuck both of them. I guess I can just reset the talents.
Choose a talent.
Alright, Titanic might. We just throw. Oh, and they both have horde icons too. So it now shows 2 icons of who you're gonna throw. So you throw 2 of them. Oh, and they get stacked on each other. Look at them, they're like holding hands. So now you can throw 2 people instead of 1. Wow! Wait, these guys are getting destroyed by the throw damage. Hold on. I kind of want to just... Hold on. Can I kill them? Wait, where did he go? He just flew off my screen! Wait, does Titanic... If Titanic might always did that, then I'd tell you to pick this talent all the time. Anyway, that guy flew off my screen. And then there's Inner Rage, which body check now has 2 charges. So you can there will be 2 charges on body check. And its cooldown recharges 100% faster while armor ups bonus is at or above 25. So body check has 2 additional taunts you can take. I think it was 2. Yeah, so there's body check, then you can take brute force to lower people's healing. And then, or reduced healing, sorry, receive reduced healing, not lower their healing output. But you guys know what I'm talking about. So you can take body check with brute force, and then you can inner rage, so you can body check twice. However, I still think in almost every single scenario that you should take Decimate with Deadly Calm. The only reason why I would take Warlord's Challenge is if you're fighting against, like, let's say a Genji or Tracer, where if you lock them down for 1.5 seconds, they will literally just explode and die. That's where I would take Warlord's Challenge. I think that's super good. But otherwise, I would just go Decimate and Deadly Calm, because it's just too strong. But, okay, so let's reset the talents again.
Choose a talent.
My build of choice right now is... I think that if you are solo tank Garrosh, you should take body check, because it's another means of soft CC. So I think body check is good. So this is if you are main tank. I would take body check, most likely Indomitable, because the enemy team probably has some sort of CC. So Indomitable, again, is a self-cleanse. You can self-pre-cleanse yourself. Self-pre-cleanse yourself. English. Anyway, so Butcher's charging you. He's almost impact. Hit Indomitable. Pre-cleanse. OP. It's strong.
Choose a talent.
At level 7... most likely into the fray. However, if you are already taking body check and the enemy team has like a double healer, or they have Morales or something and you don't want them to heal as much, then yeah, take brute force. It's super good too. So, but by default, I would probably take into the fray, just because it's really good.
Choose a talent.
10, I would just go Decimate almost 100% of the time. So probably like 90% of the situations go Decimate. 13, I would go double up. Basically, I think 100% of the time I would go double up. It's really, really good. Because again, it doesn't require you to do anything else except press D when you don't want to die.
Choose a talent.
16, Wreckingball Stun is always really good as well. So it doesn't require you to yank someone like defensive measures, rough landing, and mortal combo require you to do. So those all require you to hit the tip of your Q, but Earthshaker will always stun if you press E.
Choose a talent.
And then at 20, I would always go Deadly Calm. So this is basically, I think, the main tank build. I do think that... You think that body check is only if you want the reduced healing on 7, otherwise Q CDR? I think that body check is really, really good though, because it just gives you an on-demand soft CC for you to catch up to other people if you need to. But I think this one is just, if you're a main tank, you would take it, because if your armor ups bonus is above 25, the slow is at 60% instead of 30%. So this is a pretty heavy slow. I think it is good too. However, the other build that I really like is, if you are not solo tank, I would probably go Warbreaker, because I really like Warbreaker. So Warbreaker is the one that would, once you complete it, makes your Q on a 5-second cooldown. So I would go Warbreaker with probably Indomitable again, probably Into the Fray again, probably Decimate again, probably Double Up again, probably all the same thing. I would just do, the only difference is Warbreaker, and maybe at 16, if you're really good at it, do Mortal Combo, because I really enjoy using Mortal Combo. But I think Mortal Combo is harder to pull off, obviously, because you have to hit your Qs. But, you know, I think I'll work out with Warbreaker because it puts it on a 5-second cooldown, so you can keep trying. And then again, the way it works is that... Oh my god, why did I press the thing? Why did I press it? This is ruined. I ruined everything. Okay, Mortal Combo, we got it this time. We're gonna complete the quest. So once you have it, it's like... No cooldown toggled. Wait, why did that not... What the... Why did that go on cooldown? Hello? Hello? Blizzard? My cooldowns are not toggled. What the... What the... Oh, game's broken. Game's broken. It won't give me cooldowns. What the... Anyway. It's supposed to be on a 5-second cooldown. Blizzard just doesn't want to give me a 5-second cooldown right now. So the way it works with Mortal Combo, if you have Warbreaker finish, is that this will be on a 5-second cooldown, this will be on a 6-second cooldown. So that means you can keep trying this every 5 seconds. Why did I complete the quest 3 times? Because I was confused as why the cooldowns weren't toggling, man. Look at that. Toggle cooldown checked. Okay, I can just do this forever. Toggle cooldowns unchecked. It's broken. I broke the game. I messed up. I broke it. But anyway, I do like Warbreaker with Mortal Combo. However, I think Earthshaker is easier to use and that it will always have value. You have to let it be checked, not unchecked. I just put it both checked and unchecked, and it was broken both ways. Oh wait, maybe you can't see it because I have overlay. Where is this thing? Which one is it? Oh no, you can see it, see? Hold on. I'm super trolled right now. Oh, it's not that one. See? Alright, see, it's not checked right now, right? I can queue forever. It is checked now. Now it is not checked. So, it's I broke it somehow. I don't know how. I accidentally broke it. Don't send me to Blizzard jail. Anyway. So I think that's one good combo as well. And then the only other situational thing that I would do is that if I'm on Infernal Shrines and... Okay, so this is very situational. So 1, Infernal Shrines. 2, enemy doesn't have a lot of CC. And 3, my team doesn't have a good Shrine Clearer. Then I would go in for the kill. Because this allows me to be like a pseudo Kerrigan and keep resetting my W on the Shrine minions. But that's the only other alternative that I would do. If you complete the quest, reduces the cooldown by 3 every time, but it's only at 15. It's not like it's at 45. It's broken, KKK. Anyway, so those are the, I guess, only alternatives that I would do for the build. But I'm gonna, again, put the disclaimer that I am not a main tank player. And I would probably play him in dual tank situations. But I would not play him as main tank because I suck at main tank. However, if you have any other questions, feel free to ask. I've played him maybe a total of, I would say, at this point, I'd say 12 hours. I've played him for about 12 hours. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm gonna leave this thing because Arthas died again and I feel bad. We're level 25 to 22. Play testing the play test area. Yes, of course. So I think, I haven't played Hero League today, but I think that he's gonna end up being first pick, first bad material. I don't think that people will want to deal with him because of the Into the Fray talent. I'm very surprised that Blizzard put in this talent because you can literally chuck in your Morales into a Diablo or something, or a Butcher, and there's nothing your Morales can do about it except die. So I'm very surprised they even included this talent. But he has a ridiculous amount of play-making potential. He's ridiculous. I've played a lot of combos with him. I've done... What have I done? I've done Garrosh with Nazebo, where I threw enemy people into Nazebo ring. I've done Garrosh with Diva mech, because now you can throw Diva mech. So if it's an enemy Diva mech, you can chuck it out of your team. If it's an ally Diva mech, you can chuck it into the enemy team. You can do that stuff. You can throw people out of... You can throw people out of Butcher's ult? I didn't even try that because I didn't think that would work. So you can throw people out of Lamb to the Slaughter? And then it will cancel it? It will untether the tether? Okay, that's insane. What else have I tried? I've tried with Stitches, where Stitches with hooks on and Gorge, and then we just toss Stitches further into our team. We've tried Garrosh with Medivh. That was really strong too. It's an unstoppable. Oh, that's insane. Wow. Into the Fray is awesome. You save your minions or allies from certain death. Yeah, the only thing that you have to be very wary about, Garrosh, is your position relative to whatever you're trying to throw. Because, again, it does not prioritize heroes. It's just based on your position and whoever you're trying to throw's position. So you have to look out for the horde symbol, which might be hard to spot in the middle of a fight or something. But he has a lot of good synergies. I guess he would be weak against people who spawn a lot of things because of that reason. So, like, a Nubarak or Arthas with Army of the Dead, he can't really... He'll have more trouble trying to throw the target that he wants to throw. Garrosh with Abathur, clone Garrosh, throw clone throw squishy to you, and you throw him even further. I think we tried that. I don't know if we did play Garrosh with Abathur, but I don't know if we got the combo off. What else did we do? Let's go look. We played a lot. Oh my god, how many games do we have? We did Garrosh with Cho'Gall. That didn't work out too well. Garrosh with Uther is really strong, I think. I don't usually say go destorm, but I've done Garrosh where I throw in Uther and he just destorms them, so that was really good. Garrosh seems okay with Butcher. I wouldn't really go Butcher, but he gives 25 armor, so that was decent too. Garrosh with... Meh, that's nothing. Garrosh with Medivh was super fun. Garrosh is busted with Medivh, by the way. Garrosh with Arthas is good. We did Diva... with Stitches. Yeah, we mentioned the Stitches. We tried doing Garrosh with Diablo. That was a little bit harder because Diablo is kind of like angles and stuff, so that was a little bit difficult. Then... Oh, we did Garrosh with Gazlo, where I would throw people into the Gazlo stun, so that was pretty interesting too. Garrosh, Artanis, and Stitches. That's not enough damage on your team, I think. Because we did Garrosh and Diva, and then we had a Diablo on our team too, and we just kind of got crushed because we had no damage. Any follow-up for insta-kill is good too. Yeah, I think it's just... He has so much playmaking potential that he just seems to be good with everybody, basically. Now, what is he weak against? He's weak against percentage damage. That's for sure. I guess he would be weak against... Sort of weak against a lot of summons. Is there anything else? Yeah, I think those are the main problems that I've felt with him, is that I felt like I got destroyed by Malthael. Like, I can't do anything against Malthael. If I combo Malthael, like I pull in Malthael and I chuck him over my head, then Malthael just pops up behind me anyway because he uses his Wraith Strike. So I had troubles against Malthael. A ton of trouble against Malthael. I had a lot of trouble against Leoric too because he's weak against Entomb. And Leoric just rips your soul out in your hopes and dreams. So that made me sad as well. I just realized you can get Garrosh plus Nazeebo and throw people into the zombie ring of poison. Yeah, we've thrown people... I had a game where I threw people into Nazeebo ring as Garrosh. That was really funny. He has no mobility skills, so he has a hard time starting certain fights. He can easily be kited. Yeah, that's why I said I don't really like the idea of Garrosh as solo tank because his initiation is based on his Q, if he can hit his Q. So if the enemy team does not allow you to hit your Q, then you can't really play against that. And on top of that, if the enemy team is super dive heavy and they jump on your support, he does not have a lot of peel. So it's also very difficult for that because you would have to land the tip of your Q on your fleeing support or whatever, or like near your fleeing support so you get whatever's off of them, or you would have to be right next to your support and chuck the person out. So it's just like, because if you're solo tank, you're probably not going to be standing next to your poor Morales or whatever the entire time, right? So I feel like he's a lot better in a double tank situation. Yeah, I think he's a very enjoyable character to play. I personally, again, I'm not a tank player, but I would play him in double tank situations. I hate playing tanks, but I've played him for 12 hours already, and he's been released today, and I played him on PTR. So I have a lot of fun with him. VR games, I just did VR games. I just did 6 hours of VR games, so I'm very tired. So I was just doing a preview and answering any questions that people might have. Yeah, so this is usually around, this is around the time of my end of the stream, so it's a little bit over 1 a.m. for me, so I usually end around now. But I think I'm gonna play some Path of Exile soon. If you guys play Path of Exile. I don't know if you guys play Path of Exile, but it has a new expansion, so I've been playing that. You can get a lot of slows later game with Rough Landing and Q level 1. Which one is Rough Landing? Oh, this one? I would take Earthshaker over Rough Landing because it's a stun and that you always have value on it. Because this one you have to land your Q, so if you miss your Q, you're kind of out of luck for, well, 5 seconds if you take Warbreaker. But if not with Warbreaker, then you're out of luck for 8 seconds. So I like Earthshaker a lot more.